And so for you, obviously I call you the lead AI guy that just kind of goes off and just kind of like really knows the game of how to play with AI and create it and just make it your own. How do you see where do you see this thing going in terms of my question is, how do you manage to stay ahead of the curve? Like where when it kind of comes about and it emerges and new technologies come out, like how do you stay with the trends and like what are you most excited about in terms of all of this? Because like I know for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's kind of like a little tough to manage and figure out like what the new thing is. But like you obviously are expert in that area, so like how do you stay ahead of the game of that?
Well, yeah. I mean, personally, like, so Google Alerts. So I put Google Alerts and I have like a whole automation that aggregates all the news about AI from many different sources. And it's an AI that finds all the news about AI and then puts together a newsletter for me. So I use that personally. And I can set that up. It takes like 10 minutes for anybody. You can do it on make.com or N8N. But that's how I do it. So it pulls from X, it pulls from YouTube, it pulls from various news channels, and then it like aggregates it, right? Plus, I also have a whole research and development department in Codist that does AI research, that does a lot of, so there's a lot of people in there. So we keep abreast of all the technical stuff. So what I'm really excited about right now, I mean, if you look at what's happening, all these different tools, they're like, most of them are called wrappers. They're wrappers as in they're just a wrapper is basically a wrapper on top of ChatGPT or one of the big LLMs, right? LLM is a large language model for those who still who don't know about it. It's basically ChatGPT. It's an LLM, right? So most of these tools that you see on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, oh, this tool will do that for you, or that tool will do that for you, mostly are wrappers running like in the hood. It's ChatGPT and it's like fine-tuned for a specific purpose. So I would stick as a stable datum, as like a stability thing, because it can get overwhelming. Like all these tools, every day people are making so much content about these tools, right? I would stick with the big companies like ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, all right? And Claude is really, really good for coding stuff, building stuff, right? ChatGPT is really good for research and like finding things. It can now actually send reminders and do tasks and stuff like that. Grok is also very, very good for that. So all of them are good. You can do a lot of things just with that. And, but what I'm really excited about is this thing called the MCP, which is, it's like a new thing that Anthropic, do you know Anthropic? It's the company that built Claude. It's basically, it might change the internet. So right now, so MCP means Model Context Protocol, and it's basically a technical thing which is going to replace how websites and the internet works potentially. And it's basically right now, if you need to send some data or some information, you use something called an API, which is like a connector between one website or one program and another program, right? But this MCP thing is an AI agent connector. So it's connecting millions of AI agents to do work together. And it's going to be on every person's websites on the back end. And it will change the banking industry, because it takes like the way the data is communicated and sent in this process of like, let's say getting a loan approved and all. The reason it takes so much time, or like 3, 4, 5 days, is because there's different processes and there's like like different steps in a process, and it kind of like gets stuck between the approval times of these processes. Let's say you submit a loan application, then someone has to review it, someone has to check all the stuff that you put, right? But the AI will be able to do it. The AI will do all of those steps, and then a human can review everything. So it'll be way faster, right? So that is a genuinely real invention that is very exciting.
That's amazing. I'm really excited. It sounds like a really exciting stuff.